Morning, Joe and the Schmo. I'm the Prez. Guess who you are?
Yeah. How you doing this morning, buddy?
It's Marco D'Angelo, and I'm doing great, brother. Should I flex?
No, that's okay. You missed a good time last night in Vegas.
Okay, well let's do a summary. I'm sure our listeners want to know.
Well, I have to leave some of the parts out. I can't incriminate the parties there, but let's say that our boy Ralph was in such a good mood last night, and I've never seen the guy laugh so hard. And if you've had Ralph on your show recently, you know he's had this persistent cough and everything. Last night, I think he coughed up a lung. He was laughing so hard and just was bringing all the shit out from his lungs. We had a good time. We went to a couple dive bars, and we introduced Johnny to the world-famous Double Down Saloon. Have you ever been there?
No.
It is the absolute divest of all bars in Las Vegas. If you actually Google it, a drink will come up, and their signature drink is called ass juice. Yeah, nobody knows what's in it. It's everything, and you can actually, if you want a souvenir, you can get the drink served to you in a little ceramic toilet.
Okay, then. Did you do that?
We didn't do that. Johnny and the boys, I was the designated driver for everybody yesterday, and those guys were doing old school beers. Johnny was on PBR, and Brian was on Olympia, and Ralph, you know, he always drinks the same thing, Miller Lite. He's a cheap date. But then we moved to another bar, and we ate very well, and it was another dive bar with some very unique waitresses. Okay,
we'll leave it at that. Marco D'Angelo, co-founder of WagerTalk.com and part owner of Sports Memo. Marco, let's do a promo. Let's talk some hoops.
All right. Well, let's get that promo out, guys. We did it again last night. The college basketball just continues to roll. We're on an overall 55-35 run over the last 48 days. We've netted our clients.
We have a little bit of a freeze. Marco? Hey, we
7 days, 69.
We lost you. We lost you around how much we've netted our clients.
All right. Well, we netted our clients 61% over the last 48 days, and it's been highlighted by the recent run of the college hoops. 18-6 the last 24, and you can pick up 7 days for $69. This is a tremendous deal, Prez, because that's the price you pay for 3 days. Pick it up, and I'll tell you what, we got a special surprise on Saturday. In addition to all of the basketball that's just been winning at an insane rate, there's a big horse race going on Saturday at Gulfstream Park. It's the richest horse race in the world. $9 million purse going in the Pegasus World Cup on Saturday. I am going to include my wagers on that race in my basketball as a free bonus on Saturday. So if you're on for the week, you're going to get that as well. So nice little bonus there. And if you remember, 2 years ago, Kentucky Derby, we turned $300 bet into $9,000. I don't know if we can do that on Saturday, but I am looking to make a nice profit.
I love how you live in the past. Let me guess, 42 years ago, you went on a 25-0 baseball run.
No, actually, it was only 9 years ago, but I am expecting that next year, 2020, we are going to have some big ordeal for the 10th anniversary of that.
Oh, God.
I'm just telling you now, I'm giving you a year to prepare.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Thanks for that, dude. Thanks for that. Okay, real quick, Sports Data Query Group. They got an NBA 5-unit play up at WagerTalk.com. They are rolling, man. They are 46-22-1 on these 5% NBA total plays lifetime. Marco, that's 67%.
It's insane. Ed Meyer's database is just incredible, the stuff that he works with. And just to tell people how good that database is, if the guys listen to our radio show daily here in Vegas, we have that one segment that's called Joe's Angle of the Day. And Ralph pulls stuff out for that every day. And he's pulling it from Ed Meyer's database. It's incredible. It's been one of the most popular segments on the radio show that we do here every day. And that just attests, to how good Ed's stuff is.
Yeah, and he's got a 5% NBA play tonight. Get down on it, guys. And also Dwayne has a 5% NBA total tonight. And he too, man, 63% in his last 77 five-star bets. So we've got a big day going at WagerTalk.com. Head over there. Use Marco's promo code. Get his plays. He's rolling in college basketball. And our NBA stuff. Ed Meyer's Sports Data Query Group. What kind of weird-ass name is that? Who knows? And Dwayne Bryant. Marco D'Angelo. Let's talk some hoops, brother.
Oh, let's go to Friday night. It's a great matchup. I know you're going to be watching this one, you being the Toronto boy. You've got the Rockets and Toronto. Yeah. Toronto traveling to Houston. And, we know what's been going on with Houston. It's been all James Harden. He's carrying the team literally
it's
on his
actually
back.
Unbelievable. I mean, we're witnessing a historic season by this guy, and it's a shame he can't get support because, Houston should be so much better than they are. I mean, you want to talk about a perfect zigzag, Marco? Their last 10 games. Beat New York, lost Philly. Beat the Lakers, lost to Brooklyn. Beat Memphis, lost to Orlando. Beat Cleveland, lost to Milwaukee. Beat Denver, lost to Portland. These guys are zigzagging in perfection, and they are coming off of a win against the Knicks. They're now playing the Raps. The Raps are rolling too, Marco. Won 3 of their last 4, 8 of their last 10. They're on a second road game in a row after losing to Indiana. Raps are a away favorite, barely. Minus 3.5. The over and under 229. I would say that's big, but this year that's just normal. I lean on the over in this game. I think it's going to be a shootout. Where are you going?
I'm looking for Toronto in this one. And here's the problem with Houston, and you talk about their inconsistency. It's James Harden, and that's it. And what has happened, it's the injuries that have hurt Houston. We know Chris Paul's been out for a while, but the injury that's really changed the complexion of this team was when Clint Capella went out. He's their defensive presence, the big rebounder inside, and they don't have him right now. And what has happened is James Harden is spending so much energy on the offensive end of the floor, Prez, that he's got nothing left on the defensive side, and teams are scoring basically at will on the Rockets. You look at their last 4 games. They gave up 145 points to Brooklyn, 134 to the Lakers, 121 to Philly, and then even the Knicks got, 110. This is a team that can't stop anybody right now, and they're coming back from being on the road. They've had a day off in between all of those games, so it hasn't been, that series of like 3 games in 4 nights. But still, this is the spot for the Raptors. Kawhi Leonard should have a field day in this game. I like Toronto. I'm going to go ahead and lay the 3.5. It'll be an exciting game. If you're looking for defense, move on. This won't be the game.
He's Marco D'Angelo. I'm the Prez, and we forgot to hit record.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't.
And the only reason is because I told him right before we started.
Yeah, Marco, so back to last night. How many wings did you eat? I mean, I know you're very svelte, fit, go to the gym, look good.
Yeah.
So How many are you thinking?
Okay, let me tell you, this is God's honest truth. I only had 8 wings last night. The order was 10, and I only ate 8 of them. And I had a little appetizer platter with some fried
Let me guess.
zucchini.
Fried, right? Fried?
But, yeah, well, fried zucchini, fried mushrooms, and onions.
Nothing is more healthier than when they fry a vegetable.
Yeah, well, at least I got a vegetable. You want me to get a vegetable? Come on, Prez. We got to sugarcoat it somehow.
That's almost a pun.
Your boy, Johnny Detroit, he wanted to eat wings, and it was a situation where I took him to this dive bar. He absolutely loved the wings. He mowed down an entire plate of wings and ate a entire club sandwich.
Wow.
Because the waitress told him how good the club sandwich was, so he said he had to try that down as well. And then I took him back to his hotel room after he downed a few more Tito's and soda, and it was quite a good night. I'll leave a few elements.
Well, while you did that, I watched The Punisher. I'm season 2. I'm on episode 8. Look, I like violence. I like action. I like intrigue. These are my kind of shows. But my God, I mean, could they not find people who can act? Like John Barenthal or whatever his name is, he's horrific as an actor. But the Billy Russo guy, Ben Barnes, just come on. It's like watching a Star Trek movie, a Star Wars movie of old. You remember Mark Hamilton or whatever, whatever the hell is
I have to admit it, I was not a Star Wars or Star Trek fan growing up. I was not into those
No,
movies.
I didn't like any of them either, but I think they purposely pick bad actors. But I do like The Punisher. I do recommend it. But I don't
watch any network TV?
No, Netflix. But I'll tell you, Marco, the show is The Last Kingdom. It is a masterpiece. All 3 seasons, and especially season 3. Just a phenomenal show. And it's been renewed as of a few days ago for season 4. So I'm pretty pumped. I love my TV. Let's talk some hoops, dude. The number 6 seed, Michigan at Indiana. Indiana's 12-7 on the year. Michigan's only lost 1 game, 18-1. Indiana is +4. The over and under is 133.5. Michigan finally lost a game 2 games ago against Wisconsin. They were on the road, but then they bounced back and beat Minnesota. But they only beat them by 1 point. Maybe we're starting to see Michigan come back down to earth. They are playing an Indiana team that's lost 5 in a row, though. None of those games have been, well, the game against Maryland was close, but I mean, Indiana blown out by Purdue, which is a surprise. What are you doing in this one, my friend?
This Indiana team's not good. And you mentioned about Michigan with that last game only winning by 2 points. I actually gave Minnesota out as a free play that day on the betting first look. And the reason I did that, Prez, is they were coming off their first loss of the season and then had to go and play Minnesota, an inferior team. They were a double-digit favorite. A lot of times when teams lose that first game, they have that little hangover effect, so to speak, in the next game. Sluggish. But now you've got a team that played 2 bad games in a row, and Coach Beeline's going to drill these guys. They're going to be focused for a big effort tonight. It's a TV game Friday night, only a handful of college basketball games, so it'll be a spotlight game. They'll bring their best. Now, obviously, a Friday night at home at Indiana, the crowd's going to be crazy, but this team being able to jump up. Prez, look at their last 3 games. They've lost 5 in a row, but here's the problem. In the last 3 games, Indiana has not been able to shoot the ball into the ocean. They've hit 36% against Nebraska, 43% against Purdue, and against a Northwestern team that's not that good. They only shot 38%. This is a team that scored 51, 55, and 66 in their last 3 games. If they struggle like that offensively against a very athletic Michigan defense, they're going to be in big trouble. They may be in it the first half because of the crowd, but I think in the second half, and that's the only way I can go in this game, I lean to Michigan, and I'll lay the points on the road.
Marco, I'm going to give out a free NBA pick tonight. I've been doing well in my free NBA picks on Morning Joe. And tonight, I like Orlando, brother. I mean, Washington is on a back-to-back. They got run around the court against Golden State last night. And they are 5-18 on the road. Both of these teams suck. Bottom line. But Washington can barely win on the road. They're on a back-to-back. And it's a short line. -3.5 for Orlando. The over and under in this game is 218. I think, Orlando's coming home after 2 road games. They did beat Atlanta. They lost to Brooklyn by only 4 points. And Brooklyn has been a surprising team of late. I'm looking for the Magic to put their foot down and cover the 3.5 against Washington.
Yeah, and the reason the line, you said it looks a little low. It's actually high for Orlando because this team, as you said, they've not played good at all. But the lines maker, as they usually do, Prez, when you got a team that's playing without rest, playing back-to-back nights against the team that was rested, they are going to favor the number to that rested team. Usually they account maybe 1.5 points for that situation. So that's why this is actually a tick high. I can't say I don't disagree with it, but man, they are playing some ugly basketball right now, the Orlando Magic. There's been out the Magic this year and losing 4 out of 5. So I don't disagree with it, but I can't give you a full-fledged endorsement.
And nor was I looking for one.
You want a college basketball game for Saturday?
Give us a college hoops game for Saturday, and then let's talk Pro Bowl for a second.
Oh, you're getting how many times I've bet a Pro Bowl in my career?
I'm going with 0.
Exactly. Yes. I just can't bet that game. But for college basketball on Saturday, Prez, I'm a guy that I do a lot of situational handicapping. We've got a situation on Saturday. It is absolutely one of the best scenarios setting up this game. Vanderbilt is going to Oklahoma on Saturday. Now, this is a non-conference game in late January. They do this every year where some of the teams, the 2 conferences, play one another. And this is a spot where normally you'd say, okay, they'd be pumped up for this matchup. No, they will not. And here's why. Their big rival is Tennessee. Tennessee the other night, Wednesday night, they had the game won, Prez. On their home floor, who happens to be the number 1 team in the country right now, Tennessee, they had them down 6 points with 90 seconds to play. And they let it slip away, go to overtime, and then they got beat by 10 in overtime. I don't see how Vanderbilt gets themselves up off the mat after that devastating, heartbreaking loss that they blew. I mean, how big would that be to have beaten your arch rival when they were number 1 in the country for the first time? Now they go to Oklahoma. Well, here's the best part of it. After Oklahoma, which I point out is a non-conference game, they come back and play conference play in their next game. Guess who their next game is? Who's the best team in the SEC? The Kentucky Wildcats. You talk about a sandwich game? Big-time sandwich game. Off the devastating loss to Tennessee, and then you've got Kentucky on deck. I'm going to lay Oklahoma. I'm going to tell you right now, it is going to be double digits. You're probably going to be laying 11 or 12 with Oklahoma tomorrow. Lay it. I'm looking for this one to be a 15 to 18-point blowout. Vanderbilt gets run out of the building tomorrow afternoon at Oklahoma.
He's Marco D'Angelo. I'm the Prez. It's Morning Joe and the Schmo. It's the only time it's ever called that. You can find us every day, Monday to Friday, at WagerTalk TV on YouTube and at WagerTalk.com and SportsMemo.com. I am heading to New York for some business meetings Monday. I'm going to try do a Monday show, but I can't promise. But next week, guys, it's Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl. Everyone's coming on. We're going through props, totals, sides, shoelaces, hairdos, visors that Gruden wears. There will be not one single thing left untouched next week. So make sure to check out Morning Joe. Marco, I know you don't bet the Pro Bowl. I get it. But I want to ask you why the line move on the total. Came out at 59. It's down to 55.5. Look, last year, 24-23. The year before, 2013. Prior to that, it was going over a lot. Is there a reason for a big drop like that?
You know, it is such a big difference from what it had been for several years. This was resembled an NBA All-Star game with the scoring in these. You know, it comes down to that these guys just want to get through the game. I don't think they want to get injuries. Some of the guys that are in the game, think about it, they haven't played in weeks. You know, you got that rust factor there. Obviously, a team that's loaded with guys that just came out of the playoffs are going to be a lot tighter. But then again, how excited are you if you're playing in this game and you thought you were going to be playing in the Super Bowl? So I just can't bet the game, Prez. There's too many variables there. If it's something that you're looking at and you want to do something in-game, look and see how the momentum goes of the game. If it starts out like it's going to be a track meet, jump in right away, and maybe it will be that track meet and take advantage of the lower number. But for me, this is true exhibition sports on display. I can't bet it. I don't see any value in it. I got better places to put the money.
He's Marco D. I'm the Prez. I'm on the over in this game tomorrow. I'm not releasing it to my clients, but I am going to bet it small. I like going against a massive line move like this. I mean, clearly the bookmakers thought it should be 59. The wise guys have bet it all the way down to 55.5. It's still dropping. I find myself sitting in a spot where I have 4 points of value, and I'm going to take it, Marco. So that's where I'm going on this game, but I won't be watching it. I'll be in New York, enjoying my weekend, and then business meetings all day Monday. Brother, we'll see you next Friday where we will take apart the Super Bowl. Hopefully by then, Goodell will have changed everything, and the New Orleans Saints will be a last-minute play.
Yeah, that won't happen. But trust me, we've got some rule changes coming down the road for next season.
That we do. Take care of yourself, my friend, and enjoy having Johnny Detroit with you this weekend. Don't drink too much.
All right.
And don't waste your money
under control.
Don't waste your money at those stupid Vegas strip joints, because when you send me the bill and it says 42 lap dances, I ain't sending you the money.
I'll let Johnny turn it in on his expense report.
I will give each of you a leeway of 3 lap dances. You figure out how to share them.
3 between us. So
yes.
We each get 1 and we have to share 1.
Yeah.
You're just so wonderful, buddy.
I am. I rock. Later, dude.
See you
Have
later.
a good one.
Take it easy, man.